Are you thinking about moving to downtown St. Petersburg? Whether you're drawn to the stunning waterfront, the vibrant art scene, or the endless sunshine, there's a lot to love about this city. But what's it really like to live here? In today's video, we're diving into everything you need to know before making the move, from cost of living to real estate to lifestyle and much, much more. So let's get started. So first up, if you're new here, my name is Jeffrey Clarke and I'm your local St. Pete guide and real estate expert. My team and I love being of service to you and sharing our love for the city through these videos. If you're thinking about buying or selling or relocating to the St. Petersburg area, please give us a call. We would love to be your team of choice. All right, so let's get into it a bit and we'll start off with a breakdown of the area. So downtown St. Petersburg, or DTSP as the locals call it, is one of Florida's most desirable places to live. It's really well known for its walkability, a really rich culture, and a thriving social scene. This area blends kind of like modern city living with historic charm. The city's even been recognized as Forbes, with this area being ranked #1 for the best market in all of Florida to live in. And this was decided by taking into account a few factors from cost of living to income, employment statistics, community well-being, and crime rate. St. Pete is truly a gem of a city and people love it here. It's no wonder we were also within the top 10 happiest cities in the Southeast. Located right on the Tampa Bay, downtown St. Pete offers everything you need. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the details you might be curious about if you're thinking about moving to downtown St. Petersburg. So first up, let's talk about the cost of living. Overall, St. Pete is still more affordable than other major cities in Florida like Miami, but downtown St. Pete specifically is still one of the pricier areas in the Tampa Bay region. If you're moving from a high-cost city like New York or San Francisco, you'll likely find it a lot more budget-friendly, but for Florida, it's definitely on the higher end. A big factor here is location. Waterfront properties and high-rise condos come with a premium price tag, as you can imagine. In addition, you're paying to be in the heart of all of the action here and for the convenience that comes with that. Okay, so let's talk about some median prices, but something to keep in mind here is that these prices that I'm going to mention are the median prices, so they can be higher or lower depending on what you're looking for. But the median home price in downtown St. Petersburg is about $823,000. It can obviously go up from there, with luxury condos having a median price point somewhere in the $800,000 to $3 million range. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in downtown St. Pete is $2,500 or more a month, depending on things like amenities, location, or size. Utilities on average here range from about $150 to $250 a month, so not too bad. And dining out can range on average between $12 and $40 a meal, although there are definitely some more expensive options in downtown St. Pete because we are definitely becoming more and more a foodie city. If you're looking to buy, here's what you need to know. Downtown St. Petersburg offers a mix of modern condos, historic homes, and luxury penthouses. Prices have gone up in recent years, but for good reason. This area has continued to grow, building more and more amenities and more things to do, and more people are realizing that downtown St. Petersburg is one of the best spaces to live in the Sunshine State of Florida. As far as the property makeup goes in downtown St. Pete, there's a mix of inventory. About 70% of the units here are rental units, 26% are condos, and 4% are townhomes. There's a very strong demand for waterfront or water view properties, as you can imagine. And definitely don't forget HOA fees if you're moving here. Many condos come with monthly fees ranging from, on the very low end, about $400 a month to over $1,000 a month, depending on amenities. We actually just sold a relatively affordable condo here at a modest condo complex called The Beacon, and he bought his condo for under $250,000. It was a small condo, but the association fees were totaling about $1,300 a month. So it's something that you would just want to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is the area is still growing. In 2025, there are 6 condo projects that are being planned for downtown St. Petersburg, and currently there are 6 residential projects already under construction, like 400 Central, which we just did a video on if you're interested in more information on that. There's also just shy of 6,000 new units that are proposed, and there are currently 2,100 residential units under construction, with some of them to be completed this year. So now we'll talk about lifestyle and things to do in downtown St. Petersburg. And one of the best things about living in downtown St. Petersburg is there is always something to do. Whether you love art, dining, or outdoor adventures, this city has you covered. The city and its residents truly pride ourselves on how great living here truly is, and for good reason. There's really a great balance here, and the downtown amenities are endless. If you love the outdoors or even just taking a walk, there's 27 parks located just in the downtown area, and that's not even including the rest of the city. And something even better is that the city makes it easy to get out, with 78% of the residents in downtown St. Pete living within a 10-minute walk to a park, which is just an amazing thing if you want to get out and enjoy the sunshine. You can also find lots of shopping and boutiques on Central Drive. You can check out the dining as well. You'll find pretty much anything you want to eat there. St. Pete has really become a foodie's dream destination, and the city is even being recognized by Michelin, so expect to hear something about getting a star or two sometime very soon. If you're into the arts, there's also plenty of things to enjoy in that realm. Not only is downtown area itself an artistic hub, there are murals lined along the walls pretty much everywhere. Anywhere you walk, you're going to see a gorgeous mural. You can also enjoy the art by checking out some of the museums in the area, including the Museum of Fine Arts at the base of the pier, or my personal favorite, the Western Museum in downtown St. Petersburg. Here's just another handful of things that you can do while you're in downtown. You can explore the St. Pete Pier, pier has amazing views, dining and green space. We shoot a lot of these videos in the pier just because it's so picturesque. You can visit the Dali Museum, which is a must for art lovers. Salvador Dali doesn't need any introduction, and this museum is world class. You can check out Beach Drive, which has high-end restaurants and waterfront views. You can go bar hopping in the Edge District if you like craft cocktails and live music, or you can do something like attending the Saturday morning market and get some fresh produce or local goods on a calm Saturday morning and enjoy the sunshine and the local community members who all gather to kind of enjoy the best wares that the city has to offer. Downtown St. Pete has a great mix of casual and upscale spots, and it's very walkable. You don't need a car to enjoy the city in downtown St. Petersburg, which is very rare for Florida. And speaking of walkability, let's talk about transportation. Unlike most of Florida cities, St. Pete has a very walkable downtown. It's something they focus on and pride themselves on. You can easily get around without a car, and there's plenty of bike lanes and ride-sharing options. Downtown is extremely pedestrian friendly with transportation options that offer you convenience around the area. The grid structure of the city is designed to be easily navigated on foot with wide sidewalks and plenty of crosswalks to ensure a safe and accessible way for you to get around. Redfin mentioned downtown as both a walkers and bikers paradise, and I could not agree more. I personally like to rent some of the VO brand scooters they have here, which makes it easy to just kind of like pop around to a coffee shop and then come back to the office or go out to the pier and shoot these videos. Not only does the city have a structure that makes it easy to get around by walking, but there are also plenty of bike lanes to use as well as those scooter rentals. And in addition to the walkability, DTSP offers a range of options to help residents get around, including bikes, e-scooters, and the trolley. The Downtown Looper, Sunrunner, and Cross Bay Ferry, as well as other public transportation options, are often utilized by people living in downtown St. Pete. There's 20 stops along the trolley, 18 on the Downtown Looper, and 14 on the Sunrunner to make getting around much easier for people who maybe don't want to take a stroll. If you do have a car, most residential places have a garage to store your vehicle, but if you prefer driving, there are plenty of options there as well. There's 2-hour street parking, there are free hours outside of like traditional business hours where you don't have to pay. There's 15 public garages and lots with over 4,400 parking spaces, and there's 7 special event parking sites. Plus, they are currently developing a few more parking garages just to make it a little bit easier for people who live here as we continue to grow. But be aware, parking in downtown can get tricky, especially on weekends or when there's an event going on, which here in St. Pete is pretty frequently. And since tourists are drawn to the area, you can expect it to be busy during those peak seasons, so it's just something to plan around. So is moving to downtown St. Pete right for you? If you love an active lifestyle, being close to the water, a vibrant city vibe, and something always to do, this might be your perfect spot. Just keep in mind the costs, the lifestyle, and overall what's best for you and your family. But thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments if you think you would move to the downtown St. Pete area. And remember, if you're thinking about making that move to St. Pete, Florida, my team and I are here to help. Give me a call at the number below for personalized guidance on listings in St. Petersburg. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more real estate insights. I'll see you in the next one.